When people are unhappy with something, they burn it down. That's what we are going to do today. Not burning things down, but taking care of what remains after everything has burnt down. What happens when the sparks of revolution burn down everything? Burn down the capital that humans themselves, society has built up. It's a game about crisis and permanent conflict in human society. We will run out of vital resources in times we need them the most, and people will protest and riot despite our best efforts to help them. Not everyone will survive. We'll have to learn how to run a city with limited resources, to balance between people's needs and city development, to deal with angry crowds on the streets. We are the future of our people, and only we can save us. After the war swept the continent like a giant wave, crushing everything in its path, all we could do was just rebuild. It's time to clean out the debris, to heal the scars of war, to hope for a better tomorrow. Obviously, there are aristocrats and different groups. Sir Stanton is an aristocrat. He's buttering me. He's really laying it on thick. Oh, he wants a ball and he considers himself one of the nobles. Unfortunately, thankfully, he also agrees that we can't do something like that. Oh, his name is Roderick Stanton. I'm going to call you Roderick. You know why? Because I'm a government servant. Rockville. Oh, he's the Borgoi. At least I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Jonathan Rockville. So that was Jonathan Rockville and Roderick Stanton. Okay, both of them have thankfully agreed to work together, but they do think that we need to get the palace repaired by clearing out all the debris from outside. And why are we doing it? Why? Because the palace is a symbol of governance. It's a symbol that things are being done. Something is there in charge of things. So basically, I think that's how government should be. The government should be inhabiting the palaces. Well, okay, Rockville has some amount of respect, though it does seem that, respect for Roderick, the aristocrat, though it does seem that they don't generally always agree. So we can change the time here, so we can fasten things up. And as you can see, the people that we have here, they are not actually workers, so they don't go and do work. We set things to be done, and there is a counter in which it does. And the palace is repaired by all the gold and wood that we got from all the debris lying around. There's a lot of urgent work, I understand. A new tax code. Reasonable thinking, you're surprising me. Him? We have to obviously drive the economy forward. So basically what we are going to do is set up tax departments, which would tax not the people but Borgoi like Mr. Stanton. To be honest, in today's world, I think that's what is needed. Taxing those who are earning something additionally and not those who live freely off the system. That's how a system definitely works. All of us have to sacrifice something. Some sacrifice money while others just their fancy speeches and ancestral titles. So basically that dude still has somewhere to stay or something to his name is what they are insinuating. But if we are building cottages for the nobles as well as the Borgoi, that would mean that they have nothing to their name. So that would mean that there's nothing to separate them from the common folk except probably their upbringing or background or learnings. Okay, so there is a limit to the amount of stuff we can keep. So the tax rate, I'm going to leave it at medium. The tax evasion is always going to be 50% regardless of what I do. Jack Dawn. Okay, so this dude is going to represent the laborers, the worker class. Taxes are only for others, not for them. But yet he's pissed off because he knows that this means in the future he would also be taxed. He's a smart man. It's not haggling going on after all. The town is in ruins and we need to repair it. Everybody, we have to work together, and the workers have agreed. So they also agree that they don't have a choice. So in return for their work, we shall take care of their food and shelter. And what do we get them working on? On a lumber mill. And we can also build a food factory, but right now I would take two lumber mills. Why is that? Because see, in this game, wood is what is the limit for you. That's the main resource, that's what you mainly use to do everything, and obviously gold too. So you need enough wood to drive your economy. That's the first thing to do. Eager to restore his business empire. Okay, so basically what they're saying is, okay, so these places consume gold. So a place like a lumber factory is basically taking gold and making it into wood. So they also need food. Now Mr. Rockwell has some. Okay, no, that was, I think, Roderick the aristocrat had a deal with some contacts outside which who would send grain in. Once that grain comes in, we can set up food factories, and to ensure that more grain comes in, like that means kind of per time amount, to increase that, we can upgrade our railways too. Now right now we just repaired the railway station, so hopefully uh, the trains will start getting scheduled and coming in. A train comes in once every day. Okay, let's set up a food farm here and also start picking up all the debris, because obviously the first thing that we need to take care of is food. Food and shelter are the two things that you need to give people, and in return they shall do whatever work you ask them to do. Why? Because it would be very obvious that that work helps anyone and everyone around. It is for the mutual benefit of all. Now there are food peg house and bistro. There is definitely a class division in everything, and for entertainment there is a cabaret and a pub house. So obviously these are the two things that you need to take care of: food and entertainment for the people. People, if you don't take care of their entertainment, they become first sad and then they go depressed. It's actually very depressing that they need entertainment in such times too. So it says that no matter what situation people live in, people always look on the bright side, and isn't that what has kept humanity going? People aren't horses and can't eat raw meat food. Well, Rockwell suggests his wife take care of it, Jack's wife. Well, what we can do is provide food to everyone. That's what we will do. So first thing, before I build houses, the first thing I will build is food. As you can see, I have you set up queues for different things to be get done, and each thing has its own timer. Also, the Borgoi definitely pulls fast ones. So that would mean that the Borgoi are people who are not born into a high title or riches, but have earned their way through the smartness of their wits. Okay, so bistro is up for the better folk. Now, fortunately, in this game, there is not too much issues about which side is facing the road, because there are entries on both front and the back, which is logically how any building should be made, because at least so that there is one entry and one exit. Oh, so Jack Don is happy that we are getting things done. It's better than what he is expected. So once everything burns down, you get the unique chance to build everything up back from scratch. That's what makes games so unique, an opportunity to see how would people run things. If you simulate such games for, I think we should simulate such or even more complex game for world leaders to see how they would take care of items. That would be a great criteria to judge world leaders, wouldn't it? Get them playing games and see how they react. Now, unfortunately, this game, for the sake of entertainment, needs me to make alcohol factories. Why? Because then from alcohol factories, we can fuel the cabaret and the other pub house. Okay, so we can take education, medicine, police, second shift, or taxation. So initially retail business too. I don't think I'll go to retail business. Let's take second shift and get people working more in those lumber camps. Now that would mean that we are going to lose some loyalty from them, and also they'll be charging more money. Overtime is always expensive, but that does mean that we have enough wood in the short term to get our base up quickly so that we can quickly put down food and entertainment buildings. Days divided into three shifts: work shift, rest shift, and sleep time. To be honest, that's how life should be: three divisions, 8 hours work, 8 hours for yourself, and 8 hours to sleep. As humanity, as we go about messing that up, the more problems we create. Okay, second shift is on for the food factory too. Would that be beneficial? Actually, I don't think so. Let's not do that. Okay, so now we can also build roads, and roads cost money to build. But before those roads, I think I would start building houses. This is a nice long lane, so we can make this entire lane uh, of wood houses for the workers. There are, I think, around 50 workers in total. As you can see in that counter down below, it's given 87 who are homeless. It just became 77. Why? Because 10 workers got filled there. Alcohol license or monopoly? Tell us, Rockwell, what is your angle? So this dude is not stupid too. The poor people are quite primitive. Their interests don't venture beyond the point. So they need place to rest as well as good folk too. We shall now have a place to relax after shift. He's happy about it. And both are happy that they both have different areas to go to. No one is happy trying to be like the other, which is a good thing. They are proud of their heritage. Now, firstly, I'm going to put the workers down because, well, they are the ones doing all of the work. If it's a first priority, the workers should always get first priority. The front line should always get first priority. There's a pretty lady, Abigail Wilson. Oh, people are sleeping next to campfires. I understand. Sister of Charity. She's known for her selfless work. Okay. People living without a roof in their head, but I've already started working. What's the issue here? People with medicine. Okay, I understand. So basically, the next thing that we have to open up would be medicine. We have to sign the medicine law once we can sign another act and build the hospital. Abigail is a very good person, and she disagrees with the Borgui as to how work should be done. He just wants people to work, but she understands that they need to be healthy enough to work. And obviously, the workers are happy that they all have houses now. Okay, as you can see, there are 66 people homeless, 19 people hungry, one person heartbroken or sad, and 30 people, or one person depressed and 30 people sad. So that's how the counter at the bottom should be read. So that's 66. Around 50 of them, I believe, are Borgoi and nobles, a mix. Now the good thing is, in cottages, Borgoi as well as nobles can stay together, so they don't mind sharing. That's a good thing, though they are always at odds with one another. Let's build such cottages along this line so that the housing area is nearby and people are just one lane is all that separates the rich from the poor. Obviously, the rich have better houses too. Okay, so we have to take medicine now because Abigail is has really impressed her point on me. Next building project, again a lumberyard, a food factory, a drugstore. Damn you! Enough of your endless considering before people start dying. True, he is looking out. I mean, Jack Don is a sensible person. He doesn't care about himself. He cares about his people at large. Now I need 250 money for that. Sorry, wood for that, and 750 gold for that. As you can see, because I have got 2 shops, I have been able to push out that wood so that I have enough. But at times we do fall short of the gold. To be honest, it's because we are doing so much of good work. Now the workers get their satisfaction up pretty quickly. Why? Because they have a place to sleep. So it's okay to at times make them do a double shift. I'm hoping that the selfless people, entrepreneurs, need the living space also. Obviously, so basically they're fighting about who should get sleeping space first. Sir Offenberg, are you right? He's a little pale, isn't he? Should have rested before your visit. Being held in jail is not good for one's health, obviously. What do you plan to do? Sir Offenburg, detective work. So basically, that would mean police, huh? Imperial Police Department. I understand that we do need somebody to keep the law and order. Few loyal servants have been let go after revelations of that dude, huh? So he was a good job worker. Oh, so let's not privatize the situation, because the police need to be able to take care of everybody as well, the poor as well as the rich, and not the law should not be maintained only for those who can afford to. You know what, let's take it low or high. Let's take it high for some time. I really need money, but you know what, it's never helpful in the long run, so let's just let it be. Okay, it's rest time, so not nobody is working, but very soon all these areas shall open up. New residents arrive in the city every day, so there are people out there who are lost and homeless. Oh, there's some issue here. A revolting bet. Lost a bet to Burgoy. Now he's forced to walk around town in a collar and serve the Burgoy. There's no reason something like that would be allowed. So we have to void that. I'm sorry, Burgoy. There is no logic to that. You can't enslave somebody on a bet. Oh, there are many people admitted. That's kind of sad. But why? I thought we have provided for food as well as places to sleep. So things should be better, shouldn't it? Okay, let's fast forward, please, so that we can get back to our building project. It's a good thing to do, or get enough resources, because you'll have a lot of work to do. The next thing that I need to figure out is how to increase the money. What I realize the solution to that is making more food and entertainment places. That's how you would earn more money. Okay, let's upgrade the train track so that we can get more grain. As you can see, we just got two grain. That means the workers in the food factory would be jobless. They would not be doing anything. The more grain we have, the more work they would do. Right now, I'm facing a real issue with money, so I'm going to take it high for the Borgoi. Brothers, it's just for the time being. I know y'all are doing good work. Please bear with me. The Borgoi can take a little hit. As you can see, keeping everybody's satisfaction level really high is the game changer. Second shift. Okay, the work shift has ended. I mean, why is the second shift coming right now? We already know what it is. Can't make a cottage. A cottage is slightly more expensive than a workhouse. Oh, sorry, wooden house. What kind of life is gone? Only sleep but work. No place to get together and take the soul. City did not have enough food for canteens and restaurants. This problem requires an immediate solution. So we really need to upgrade that so that we can get more food in. Sir Offenberg, I have to put you on duty now. So this is a kind of tutorial where the game takes us down one road, which is very impressive. It's hand holding done right. Let's upgrade, please. Okay, we are really running short of food and gold. Thankfully, we've got more than enough wood. That's one good thing. No food, huh? So, at times I think probably not signing the second shift would be better. Do something else with that opportunity. Probably build the medicine. But then that would mean Abigail wouldn't come at all. That's weird. I think she would definitely come, and she would be overjoyed if she finds a medicine, hospital already there. So if the graphics and movement as such are not all that great, need timber and she's willing to pay in food. Well, yes, we have excess timber, so let's go ahead and give it out. But what this game does make up for is in the perspective that it tries to bring about in the player. A situation is bad, there's no good way out of it. How do you behave? How do you ensure that despite a bad hand, you do a decent job? Let's build more ale houses. I'm not going to build more food places right now because, well, we have less food. So let's build more entertainment places. If you can't feed them, at least entertain them. We have got no shortness of alcohol, but actually the issue is alcohol as well as food is made from the grain itself. There is where our problems are. Okay, was that the sound of somebody fighting? But the police really put an end to it. I remember early game there were times when people used to start fighting, and there is no end to it. So now that the that difficult area has passed, the difficult period has passed, we got a decent sum of money. I've reduced their taxes. Let's upgrade. Okay, that's the last upgrade we can do for now. Who's fighting? Okay, those dudes over there near the left side of the screen were fighting, and they just stopped. That's taking care of business very well. Okay, let's. So there is a police station and an imperial detective, or headquarters as such, the imperial department. Perform investigations. People who ratted you out to the occupants, he's going to find them. Of course, that's the first thing that he's going to do, and they will not survive a month in his cells. He's a tough dude, though he's old. Cabaret battle. A drunk nobleman fought with a cabaret owner. Okay, well, obviously, if the drunk nobleman fought with random places, he should have to pay. The Burgoy's reputation will rise. Well, who is right and wrong is what is important, not who is happy. Do what is right, not what makes people happy. Miss Simmons, Frederica Simmons, you want a reform? What do you need? Oh, the Burgoy knows her from before. Oh, she came back when she heard that we were rebuilding. That's actually one very good. And she wants us to focus more on research. Well, that's the reason why the enemy won, wasn't it? Education system is important, but a woman cannot head the academy. I'm sorry, Mr. Nobleman, that is wrong. That's a wrong thing to think. Profit is like you caused a surge in arm prices. Oh, really? I didn't know that, Burgoy. Jack Dawn is happy about it. He's happy that everyone is fighting amongst each other. We're stuck in the past. Future people will be judged by their quality and their thoughts. Others only pretend to be smart. No, I don't think so, Mr. Nobleman. With good education, we can make anyone smart. That's the thing that humans need to realize. All that differentiates. I mean, it's not the only thing that would differentiate, but it does guarantee a difference between somebody who is not educated enough and somebody who is. Progress cannot be stopped. It will crush anyone in its way. Madam, you do not be worried at all. We shall quickly anti-corruption flush. Okay, we shall be building your academy soon, but we can also do an anti-corruption push at different areas. You know what? Let's do it at the train station. I need all gray coming in. So definitely that investigation bureau has some benefit other than just taking care of things at large and keeping public order in check. I didn't see the healthcare having much to do, to be honest. It's mostly an automated thing. 48 nobles, 47 Burgoy, and 82 workers. That's impressive. So that's kind of like one Burgoy for two workers. So each Burgoy is not all that smart, to be honest. I will personally oversee the most issues. Can a poor person without dynasty get admitted into the academy? Out of the question, your job is to man the workbenches. That's what he says. But Jack Dawn is never going to give up. Jack Dawn is going to fight for his people. And that is the end of the demo, ladies and gentlemen. I really had an enjoyable time playing this. And I think it's not a very deep or complex game, but it makes you think about situations. It makes you learn how to think in a broader perspective. So if you enjoyed this game, definitely go ahead and wishlist it. I'll leave the link in the description below to the Steam page. And if you like my style of narration, then do like and share this video, because it would mean the world to me. And if you would like to continue liking and sharing, then please do subscribe. It would really bring a smile to my face. This is Ashes Bashes signing off. Until next video, game on.